thanks for stopping by. I'm a mother to 11 and a Marmee to more, with a love for making a house a home. Here on my channel, I share snippets of our lives, along with episodes of the extras that fill up the life we love living here on our 200 wild and woolly acres.
I'm gonna get 4 Christmas trees. Yay for me, hooray! Yay!
In this episode, I bring pages in my book, built from scratch, to life with a family tradition that fills us with memories of days now past. Fruitcakes with all the pecans we gathered from the prolific trees that line the drive at Greengate Farm.
Welcome back to Built from Scratch Life. I'm Elizabeth and this is my Marmee. It's fruitcake weather!
It all started years ago when I was inspired to bake fruitcakes after watching the film A Christmas Memory and spending days each winter with my family gathering nuts from Grandpa's pecan trees lining the long road into Greengate Farm. We had gathered bucket loads of pecans from Grandpa's farm, and I so wanted to bake fruitcakes, just like in the heartwarming scenes I had seen in the film. But I didn't like fruitcake, at least not the kind found in Grandpa's kitchen.
The only thing we don't have to buy for our cakes is the pecans. All the rest, cherries and citron, ginger and vanilla, candied pineapple, raisins and lemons.
Fruitcake was only one of Grandpa's favorite sweets, and he ordered it by mail from a catalog or was gifted it by his old-timey friends during holidays. When we visited him around Christmas time each year, he would pull it out from his hiding place behind the big cookie jar on the counter. He would politely but begrudgingly offer a small slice after he had eaten his fill. I would usually say, "Grandpa, you keep it for yourself. I don't really like fruitcake." It just didn't taste like it was made from scratch, the way we bake around here with lots of love sprinkled in. One weekend, while visiting the farm and the boys were gathering nuts, I pored over old cookbooks that lined the shelves in the kitchen at Greengate Farm. I switched up ingredients and jotted notes from this recipe and that until I felt satisfied this mixture sounded delicious. Back home in my own kitchen, I was eager to try a test batch with the new recipe I had composed and scribbled on a notepad at Greengate Farm. You will need to make a shopping list and gather up all the ingredients, and you will need a really big mixing bowl. Take a pound of soft butter and a pound of sugar. Beat them together till fluffy. In the film, Sook and Buddy stirred till their arms were wore out. I am happy to use my electric mixer. Add in 9 large eggs, one at a time, beating well after each addition. Stir in, by hand, 1 pound of all-purpose unbleached flour that has been sifted. Old-timey cooks didn't use measuring cups and simply used a pinch or a handful of ingredients, or even a teacup to measure. But when creating this recipe for fruitcake, I measured and weighed my ingredients. Measure 3/4 of a cup of Karo light corn syrup and stir it in. Now stir in up to 7.5 pounds of nuts and candied fruit, a bit at a time to get it all incorporated into your batter. It will take a strong, stiff spatula or a big, sturdy wooden spoon. I use candied cherries, red and green, candied pineapple, golden raisins, large medjool dates chopped, candied orange peel, a bit of citron, grated coconut, and of course lots and lots of nuts. Of the pounds of fruit and nuts, I usually use at least 2 to 3 pounds of pecans, and the rest is a mixture of the candied fruits with a bit of citron and coconut sprinkled in. Spoon and pack the batter into pans lined with parchment paper and bake long and slow, about an hour and a half at 275 degrees. Then turn down your oven to 250 and bake at least another hour until it looks golden on top. Cool in the pans. Refrigerate the cakes once you have them wrapped up tightly in saran wrap. There will be plenty to enjoy and share. My recipe will make about 10 pounds of fruitcakes. Brown paper packages tied up with string are one of my favorite things. We got fancy this year and used cotton-striped ribbon instead of string. Adding jingle bells along with the sprig of green just makes it extra special. When the first batch of fruitcake came out of my oven, it was love at first bite. It's a buttery cake overloaded with candied fruit, dates, and of course, pecans. Grandpa, who first introduced me to his mail-order fruitcake, and my youngest boy, who was the first to stir the bright red cherries into the buttery batter of my made-up recipe from-scratch fruitcakes, are no longer close by us, now looking down at us from the heavenly skies. Home is where I stay, and there he no longer comes. Green Gate Farm is sold, and there we go no more. Another's hands are gathering the nuts, or maybe not, just leaving feast for the squirrels.
My back hurts.
Mine doesn't.
Oh, well, I should hope not. You're too young.
When I'm old, you'll be very old.
Yes, you'll have to bake all the fruitcakes yourself.
No.
The years slip by, seasons change, and I have other small hands beside me. My heart is warmed as they jump with delight, finding the pecans, hiding under the crispy leaves that now fall from our trees in the grove we have planted on our own green acres. Other little hands are learning to break the eggs and sift the flour. Their eyes get bright with excitement as red and green cherries are drowned in the buttery batter. When the air is chilled and clear, and the squirrels are scampering from tree to tree, it's as if, just for a moment, Grandpa and my boy are right there gathering up nuts from under the trees, and I imagine them savoring a slice of fruitcake from the recipe I created all those years ago, MARMEE'S Marvelous Fruitcake.